on turns with them.
Christian Daniel Jr. had a big moment coming out of turn 9.
Chies is there in second, ahead of Rico Salmella, then Carpe. The crucial point in the championship.
I'm going to refer you back to a...
So
he's still there.
Good. Across the line again, it's a slipstream.
Lennox Famara has had a long lap penalty, relatively local rider, the Swiss conversation. This is what happened with Uriarte.
Oh yeah, he just, you know, it all went wrong on the brakes, didn't he? Sort of bobbing battle there. The 83 of Alvaro Carpe pulls out of Brian Uriarte, slipstream but can't go.
Rider, Northern Talent Cup former rider there, he's down in
Podium, and he still obviously had to tip it in, but by then he was in big trouble and the front just tucked.
If you look at Carpe,
fast on the brakes.
Rico is with him then. He's got to make amends after he has plenty of space at the moment.
And Carpe, whoa, up the inside there, just asked a couple of people to go.
His results at the start of the season, he got a win in the second race in Jerez, he had a podium in France, but he had a couple of races. How annoyed was he when you spoke to him after the race?
He was just detuned, you know, he wasn't angry, he was from I think 4th to 2nd, superb. He doesn't want to see Brian get away at all, and has got back
in the start of the season, which were a little bit subdued by his standards.
David's just fed up with it, really.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so now the 28 on the tail of the fellow Spaniard. Well, that was superb.
Tell Christian Daniel Jr. and Rico Salmella that come the second half of the season, he's going to turn the wick up and beat
of Maximo Chies, slots into second place. Side by side. And he takes the lead. Yesterday's winner.
Bag as many wins as they can. They went, really? Said, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Well,
that is what he's done.
That is right. Superb stuff.
This is much more orderly and sedate than it was.
How can you go one better than winning one race in the weekend? You make it a double, and here he goes.
Veda Paratama in second place from the second row. He got a terrible start yesterday, as was yesterday. A 144.9 from Chiles. He is the fastest rider on track by
almost as though he's decided this is the time I'm going to really push, and let's see if he's had something up his sleeve. 8 laps.
Plenty of riders go wide onto the green and beyond. Veda is in second place, your pole sitter. Rico's 5/10 of a second. That's very, very impressive indeed then. He is a man on a mission.
To go.
Someone else that's pushing is the 94. Guido Pini's found his groove. Fastest lap of the race to him last time around. Salmella in 4th. Carter Thompson up from well down on the grid into 5th.
But now, as I said yesterday, you know, Brian Uriarte, as long as they haven't changed...
3/10 of a second quicker than Veda Paratama previously then. Could we be seeing 6 riders...
Team Peroni, I think it is, that's in 3rd place there. It is Salmella in 4th. He's, you know, he's from pole. I don't think he would have done. Brian Uriarte has the long gearing, and that works when he's on his own like this.
Comes 7 towards the end of this one. We're only halfway through the race, Peter.
Yeah, that's right. Now, you saw the number 28. He knows he's got to do better. He's got to have a better result here. He's got to get that win that has been eluded. Eludes with a clear track ahead of him. Rico Salmella and some of the other guys are on the short gearing, which helps them. There, Maximo Chies go off on the blue. That is the blue. So I don't think he's going to get penalised for that. It's not the since his first Rookies Cup season.
Yeah, brilliant stuff then. So out we come through turn 3 on
out of the corner. But Brian was mucked up by people yesterday. I don't think he was able to use the advantage. That's you know, it's a different thing.
Another rider who has been penalised though is Evan Belford. He's down in 20 towards turn 4. It's Carpe, Peroni, Veda, Rico, Carter Thompson, Brian
of the long gearing, but now he's being able to run his own racing lines, his own pace, and perhaps it's
42nd at the moment. He's been given a long lap penalty for exceeding track limits like Famara.
Yeah.
Uriarte's made a much better start. So, 2 riders who have got terrible starts comparatively keep
working out better for him.
Basically yesterday he hedged a bet that he would absolutely make mincemeat of everybody in the first lap, and it didn't.
What you would do, of course, if you ridiculously went over the blue and ran off the track like that, you'd get penalised.
Les Morelli.
Right, we'll see what Chies can do with that. So he does give himself a lot of work to do. Brian Uriarte
pay off, right?
Something like that, yeah, definitely.
Here's what happened then, going through turn 10.
For gaining an unfair advantage, of course.
Or you end up in the gravel and lose your race completely.
Picks up another place there, and in this he said I just got bumped around yesterday. I didn't make a good start.
Was that turn 9 or turn 10?
Beautiful stuff. Just leaning maximum. That's right. Right, so it is the 83 of Alvaro Carpe that leads. There's the, things got messed up early on. He needs a better race if he's going to go after that cup win. From an angle there to keep it up to the green. Front end bumping around there, working very hard. 94 of Guido Pini, superb. He is really pushing it now. And of course, he lost the lead by 2 points to Alvaro Carpe yesterday.
We've got Brian Arias, a colleague of mine, described someone's front end yesterday as a pogo stick.
Oh, and somebody, who was that? Was way off.
Veda, I think. People who just watch Red Bull Rookies, you will have missed the fact that in his very first junior GP weekend, his first, looking at the inside of Salmella again then, look at that. That's not really a stereotypical overtaking spot for these rookies.
In the green. I suppose if you're going to go in the green, you might as well make a big job of it. So it still is Brian Arias on the
first race weekend of the year, in fact, having returned from injury back in Portimao. He got a second place and a win in his very fight. He narrowly avoids exceeding track limits as well then, so he picks up another place. Up into fifth goes Brian.
51 that leads, but only just from Max Chies, the 83 of Alvaro Carpe, yesterday's
first outing in that class. You're looking at a very special young Italian. He's now on the hunt to try and join this leading group.
Yes, he's a different man today, I think. He's there, that's absolutely superb. He's not going to be mucked around like he was. Winner in third place, ahead of Rico Salmella and the 73 of Valentin Peroni, making the top 5.
This does appear in Rookies Cup.
Yeah, superbly talented, isn't he? He's a lovely character. So sad that he missed yesterday. He's already in front of Rico Salmella. Oh, but he has a nasty slide there, but he's
make total sense, to be honest with you. And you look at the championship, 1 to 5th in the championship, battling one
most of this season through injury.
Here we go then. It's being
saved it.
Carter Thompson looking really strong. I did see actually he started, of course, from 7th to 5th in the race as well. This is a case of all the others are seeing up ahead of them what they've got to grow in the stretched. Carpe pulling the pin, 144.8. How about that on the grid? So he's gained quite a few places in that opening lap, although he'll cross it with just Rookies Cup to actually fight for the championship. This is pretty special stuff from these guys. Then Buck Pini, 144.5. He is catching them, but they are pulling the pin. C1 gained overall.
And Alvaro Carpe has the advantage, but only just from Valentin Peroni, the Argentine. There's a 54 Veda Ega Paratama ahead of the number 5 of Leo Rammersdorfer.
That pace in the start of the race was just that little bit slower, perhaps saving some time. Rouchet Moodley off the back of this group there. The number 11 sits in 11th place as well. He'll be looking for redemption after Leo has basically lived here for the last couple of weeks doing track days around the Red Bull Ring, mini bike racing.
Well, and are they off? Did they touch the green there on the exit? Arias and Carpe, they were very close to it.
Today's crash.
And Brian Arias up into third place. He passed Veda Paratama going into the first corner.
Extra tuition from Johan Zarco as well, MotoGP rider, former rookie of course as well.